Hey guys, dear Yoongi here and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back with another K-pop unpopular opinions video because the response I got on my first one was so mature and so great. So thank you so much for that. The unpopular opinions side of K-pop YouTube doesn't need to be so hateful when there is so much room for genuine constructive criticism, which is what I'm trying to create. So without further ado, let's get started. Number 1. Equal line distributions are not always necessary. Usually, if a group has a rapper or two, for example, the amount of lines these members get does tend to be lower. Of course, not in all cases. This usually brings up the argument of line distributions being uneven and unfair, which I completely understand. We all want the members of our fave groups to be given a fair chance to shine. However, I would argue that it's more about the quality of the members' parts rather than the quantity. One of the best examples I can think of is Stray Kids' Felix. He doesn't usually have too many lines in a song, but what is the one line in God's Menu we all know to quote?
Cooking like a chef, I'm a 5-star Michelin.
In Mirror, he has a whole one part at the very beginning of the song, but as soon as it starts, we all know it's him because it's so recognizable, and I couldn't imagine the song without it. I don't feel that every member acquires an equal amount of lines if their talents better shine elsewhere either. For example, it makes more sense to me to give a dancer a dance break rather than ensuring that they get the same amount of lines as the vocalists. Number 2. Idols debut too young. In K-pop, there have been a variety of ages at which idols have made their debut, and these are usually based on when their company feels they are ready to become idols. But my issue is with throwing 14-year-olds into such a strenuous career when they are barely even part way through their teen years. Even if their company feels they are ready, something about children being forced to live up to the standards K-pop idols are held to really just doesn't sit right with me.
Kind of stings a little bit.
Harsh diets to stay in shape when they aren't even finished developing. Long schedules when they are at an age where getting ample amounts of sleep is crucial, etc. I know you could argue that trainees would not join companies if they didn't want to live like this and become idols, but it's not the lifestyle they sign up for. That just comes as a package deal with their dreams of being a singer or dancer or rapper, etc. Don't get me wrong, I know these kids work hard to be where they are, and they deserve all the success they are working so hard for, but for me personally, I'd rather them finish school and actually get to enjoy their teen years like they are supposed to before entering such a demanding career. I also feel idols debuting a little older will help with the point I mentioned in my previous unpopular opinions video about how there's so much ageism in K-pop because it has become such a norm to debut so young. The problem here, I think, it's children being put in positions where they are expected to work to the same capacity as adults, and the fact this is seen as normal. Number 3. A lot of your fave K-pop rappers aren't rappers. Okay, I know this one is going to get some hate, and hey, I'm fine with that and stand by my opinions. In K-pop nowadays, it's become very common to have a rapper in most groups, but a lot of the time these are not individuals who joined their company with the intention of being a rapper, and it was decided by their company. In some cases, doing this has worked out really well and given us some staple great known rappers in the industry. For example, Moonbile of Mamamoo was originally supposed to be a vocalist before the company decided to make her a rapper. J-Hope of BTS was also originally trained as a vocalist, but a lot of the time, I think it's also important to note that just giving a vocalist a verse and asking them to rap it does not automatically make them a rapper, and there is a lot more to rap than just speaking a verse to a beat. I personally think this is also why we probably don't see all that much of idol rappers freestyling, because they don't harbor that natural ability that a lot of rappers do. I'm not saying it can't be trained, but I do feel it's a lot more complex to train somebody to have a gift in rap, which a lot of the time is overlooked. And lastly, number 4, my faves are underrated is not an unpopular opinion. I'm excited to talk about this one because this is something I see people saying a lot in these videos. On Twitter, there was recently a trend where people were sharing their K-pop unpopular opinions like I'm doing now, and so many people were using the hashtag as an excuse to say their favorite groups are underrated and deserve more attention. While I agree that your faves probably do deserve more love, this itself is not an unpopular opinion. The whole point of an unpopular opinion is that it is a controversial statement many people people won't agree with, something people don't like or don't want to hear. Saying a group is underrated is less an unpopular opinion and more a fact. This would only be an unpopular opinion if people didn't agree with you or like you saying that the group in question are underrated. A huge majority of genuine K-pop fans would be happy to see other groups succeed unless there were controversies surrounding them. So for example, saying a huge group like Red Velvet or Twice deserve more love would not be classified an unpopular opinion because we all know they have huge fan bases and aren't exactly underrated. Whereas saying somebody like First Ever non-Korean boy group EXP Edition deserved more love and were underrated, this would be a very unpopular opinion which most people probably wouldn't agree with, and me neither, by the way. LOL. This was just an example. I hope this makes sense. Just because a fan feels their faves aren't as popular as they should be doesn't mean that the idea of them being successful is an unpopular opinion. People would have to genuinely dislike them for this to be the case. Okay everyone, that's it for today's video. Again, I tried to keep it to only 4 points so it's not too long. Thank you so much for watching if you got this far, and please let me know if you'd like a part 3. I'm trying to be nice, but maybe next time I could delve a bit deeper into specific groups. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and please hit that subscribe button. We are getting closer and closer to 100 subscribers, which is really exciting for me. Okay, I'll stop babbling and leave you guys in peace. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time.